Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Pat here. This is the last video for the night. I'm uploading all these videos 2 nights, and then I'm not waiting till morning. Like I said, I forget, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's probably like 1, 2 a.m. I am recording several videos tonight. I've recorded several videos tonight, as you're going to see all of them uploaded. And then in the morning, early afternoon, I'm going to record some videos I'm going to record a bunch of other videos, and those ones I can get uploaded over time. They're not going to be uploaded all at once. That way I have some content to put out for a little while, and I don't have to worry about it because I have vocal surgery coming up. But alright, so this video is, sorry, I have the title written down. I want to make sure I get the title right. This is for Misgendered to Empower a Trans Girl's Name Journey. So, if you've been following my channel since the beginning, or have gone back and watched old videos, you know my name has been all over the place. You know my name has been all over the place. I started with my name as Ari May, or Ariana May, Ari May for short. So let's talk about my name journey. So when I was younger, when I was a kid, I'd always think of names, like if I was a girl, like, what would my name be? Like, I remember one time, picked out the name Brittany, one time I picked out the name Gabriella, and a couple other names when I was a kid. And I remember when I was a teenager, like early teenager, before I concretely, solidly picked out a name, I remember, I talked to friends of mine who were girls who I'd express myself to, and they'd give me a female name, and I'd go by that, and there was a lot of them. But, hold on. Sorry about that. But, I remember when I was a kid, I watched this, movie named Akira. It's an anime from the 70s. Or not 70s, from the 80s. And even though Akira is technically a Japanese male name, I just thought the name was so pretty, and I was like, if I was ever transitioned, my name would be Akira. And I remember wrestling games, when I'd make a character, I'd give her the name Akira. But as I moved on, as I got older, and when I finally decided I was transitioning and picking out an official name, not just names I'd throw around. I remember there was a couple people who were I had helped me trying to figure out a name, and it was a name I knew that started with an A, but I didn't remember it was Akira. I just remembered there's a name that I'm pretty sure starts with the letter A. That's what I want my name to be. And I remember we floated around a bunch of names. I remember at one point I thought it was Aviana, and that was almost my name. But someone was like, is it Ariana? And I was like, I think so. That sounds pretty close. So in 2015, when I came out as transgender, I made a Facebook and Instagram and all that for my true self. And I picked out the name Ariana May for my first name, Scarlett for my middle name, and Lily for my last name. Ariana May just had a nice ring to it. Short name, Ari May. And again, that's why I kind of picked May. And then Scarlett, I always loved the name Scarlett. I just thought it was such a pretty name, such an elegant name, a very feminine name, and I always loved that name. And then Lily came from my mom's favorite flower. Sorry, it's getting hot in here. Lily came from my favorite flower, my mom's favorite flower. And then, 2016, I finally came out as myself. And, I decided that name, Ariana May, first name, Scarlett, middle name, Lily, last name. As time went on, though, my name kind of got ridiculous. I kept adding to my name. I wanted the name that no one would ever forget. So, at one point my name was, and then after about a year of living as myself 100%, I started the question, like, I wanted the anime came up on Netflix, the anime called Akira. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I watched it and I was like, this is from when I was a kid. This is the name I had picked out. So then I started questioning, what do I want my name to be? Do I want it to be Akira? Do I want to keep it Ariana? Do I want to just drop Akira May? Ariana May? Do I want to be Akira May? Do I want to be Akira Ariana May? Do I just want to be Akira? So I made a video about it years ago. You can go back and watch that video. Sorry, hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I was getting extremely hot. But anyways, I'll link the video down below where I posted several years ago about what should my name be. And in the long run, I ended up going with Akira Ariana May. Ariana I spelled very differently. I spelled A-R-I-A-N-A-E, which I just, again, I don't know why I did the spelling like that. And I spelled May with 2 Y's, just because I always wanted a very unique, different name. Sorry, I'm going to pen. I'm fidgeting with the pen. So I decided to go with that name. And then, at some point I added the Scarlets, and I added to my first name again. I think that was in like late 2017, early 2018. My first name I went by became Akira Ariana May Jules. Jules came from Princess Jules, who, if you know, and if you watch my videos, she was one of my biggest inspirations back in the day. She still is. She doesn't post much content these days, but again, she was one of my biggest inspirations back then. And then my middle name became Aliana Scarlet Nikki. Aliana just because I thought the name was really pretty. Scarlet, obviously I kept that name. And then Nikki for Nicki Minaj, of course. And then I added on to my last name, which was, I added Rude to it. I forget, but I think I might have added Rude in like 2016 or 2017. Where did I get the last name, Rude? I got that from the wrestler Bobby Roode from TNA, Impact, and WWE. He put out a theme song called Glorious, and the theme song was just, I thought it described me so well. Like, it was like, I won't give in, until the end, I'm oh so glorious. And I was just like, I fell in love. That was my ringtone from 2016 until relatively recently. So going on a little over around 7 years out, it's my ringtone on my phone. And it's still my alarm tone, so whenever I set my alarm, I hear the da-da-da. And if you used to watch my videos, it was the intro song for my videos. Anyways, though, so that's where the Rude part came from. And that was gonna be my name. Like, that was gonna be my official legal name. And then whenever I finally, in 2020, in January of 2020, I finally filed the name change forms. Because years ago in 2016, when I was trying to change my name, I started the process. I was told I needed a lawyer, then I started the process. I got paperwork, I filed the paperwork. Then everybody moved. We all moved, and I moved counties, and they were like, oh, well, you need to get a lawyer, you have to start the process over. And I ended up losing like $200 some, which I was livid about, so I was just like, screw it. Well, in 2020, at that time, I was living in West Virginia. Things were a lot easier in West Virginia. Go to the courthouse, pay $5 for the papers, get the papers, fill them out and everything. And I did. I got everything filled out. I turned them in, paid the $200 some fee, filed it in the newspaper and all that. On March 14th, 2020, my name was officially changed. When I was filling out the forms, though, I decided, like, somebody kept telling me, like, oh, are you really going to make that long name your actual name? You're going to get laughed at, you're going to get made fun of. I shouldn't have listened, but I did, which I'm kind of glad I did now. But, so when I was filming out, I put Akira. For my middle name, I just dropped Scarlett, I dropped Aliana, I dropped Nikki. I made it Ari because from when my name was Ariana May years ago, and Ariana, I got the nickname Ari. And everybody calls me that to this day. Most of my friends, all my family members and all my friends I've had for a long time, I'm Ari. To my nieces, I'm Auntie Ari. And just, so I decided, I was like, you know what, my middle name's going to be Ari. I'm keeping the last name Lily Rude. That's not a problem. And then part of my first name, I decided, I was watching Star Wars, and when I was younger, I was always in love with the character Padme. And that was the name I did fiddle around with when I was a teenager. So I decided, I was like, you know what, my first name's going to be Akira Padme. So her full name was Akira Padme Ari Lily Rude. I got legally changed in 2020. A couple months later, my social security card came in and my new license came in with my new name. Now a lot of people are probably going to ask me, how did you pick your name? How do you find a name that fits you? My cousin asked that on my Facebook status when I was asking, like, what other video they wanted me to record. And well, it took me a lot of soul searching. Like I said, like when I was younger, like a lot of, like, I'd be like, when I was a kid, I'd pick names like, well, if I was a girl, Brittany or Gabriella or I forget what the other name was. It was like Giovanni, but it was Giovanna or something like that. I toured around names like that. But none of them really fit me as I got older and thinking about it. And again, when I was a kid, I started picking Akira because I thought it fit me. I liked the way it sounded. I like people pronouncing my name, that name. And so when I got older, I couldn't remember the name Akira. And my friends helped me pick it out, and I was like, Ariana, that sounds close. But once I rediscovered the anime and was like, yes, that's the anime, I was just like, you know, that is, I was like, that's the name. And that's why I added that. That's why I added it to my name and eventually dropped the Ariana part. Because like I said, I didn't just drop the Ariana May Jules part just because people are like, oh, you're going to make fun of, that's a ridiculous name, imagine having to sign it, all that, yada, yada, yada. That's why I just kept Akira, because that's the name I picked out years ago. That's the name I remembered. Excuse me. And that's just the name I was in love with. I felt like it fit me. I felt right. When I was a kid, I loved anime, and that was one of my favorites. I didn't care that it was a Japanese male name. To me, it sounded like a very feminine name. It's a very pretty name. It's not a common name, which is what I wanted. I wanted a name that no one would forget. And then one that had Padme to it. Padme was always such an elegant, beautiful character, yet she was always very elegant, very feminine, very empowering, and yet she was also a badass in the movies. She wasn't afraid to pick up the gun and get dirty. So I was like, Akira Padme. To me, it had a nice ring to it. These days, I go by either or. Some people call me Akira. Some people call me Padme. Some people call me Ari. And it doesn't matter what you call me. You call me any of those. These days, I go by more Akira and Padme. I usually go by either one or the other. I don't usually be like, oh yeah, call me Akira Padme. You might be like, well, why? That defeats the purpose of the name. For me, it doesn't. Ari, I kept that just because I feel like Ari fits as like a nickname. Like I said, it's my middle name now. It's not my first name. So that's why I kept Ari, because I was like, I'm not going to change it, and then the Ari part is not going to make any sense. So I kept Ari. And like I said, now people ask, like, well, people just call my middle name. Lily Rude, I kept Rude, I kept the Lily part because I'm my mom's favorite flower. And it's one of my favorite flowers now, not just because she's gone. And Rude, just because that theme song of his was just so empowering to me, so uplifting. I was in love with it. I still am in love with it. Just not as much as I was 7 years ago. But, yeah, that's how I pick my name. So my full name, if you don't know, is Akira Padme Ari Lilybrood. The E in Padme has a little hyphen above it, which most people don't use. Like it's not like that on my license. My last name, Lily, is spelled with Lillii, and Rood is spelled Roode. So my name has different spelling like I wanted. I think I have a name that no one would forget. It's very unique. It's very different. Like I said, these days I go by Padme. That's why I introduce myself as Padme on the channel. If you want to still call me Ari or even Ari May, even though that's not associated with me anymore, you're more than welcome to. So yeah, that was my name change. This was a highly requested video. A lot of people wanted to find out. I posted stats to my Facebook, and a lot of people, like I posted a list of videos I'm recording. I took some videos off that list, but I'm still recording a majority of those videos, along with a couple other surprises that I have to record with people that will come after my voice surgery. But I decided to, I was only going to record 4 videos, but I decided on 5. So far tonight, I've recorded, let me pull it out so I don't forget, I have them written down. So far tonight, I've recorded about the transgender women getting periods. Thank you for 600 subscribers. The silent scars about the sexual trauma in women. My name change. And, of course, about my transgender childhood. So, yeah, there's more videos coming in the morning. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I hope this was educational. Like I said, the link for that other video will be down in the description. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Padme out. Hey.